down the road. About the house, they still. Oh, the blood seemed to disappear by the time I updated CameraFi and accidentally sang with people hearing me. Oh, and the junk you're looking at, it's I have to take a lot of this with me because I can't in my room. And you can around and people have. And I'm at 10507 Aurora Avenue, 133. By the way, this makes great coffee base. Rather naughty. I had some chocolate chips. I put those. And I have type 2 diabetes, but I'll tell you a little secret. When a person has something almost like a pill, and they're allowed a little bit of dessert, eventually, I think, you can manage your diabetes. You wait a little, say, yes, I'm allowed 3 a day. 3 a day. My face is scratched. It's floods have done. They've entered my apartment and sprinkled glass everywhere. If you believe in chakra and other paranormal, I have been robbed and quite well eaten even. And the bums here are cannibals, and they have amused themselves, of course, by trying to eat for real. Not just the black people, which actually, I kind of wondered about Nazis during World War II. Cannibalism sort of makes me feel ill. Practice, but definitely groups of Nazis and other people who practice black. Never trust them, even if they say, "Oh, you cleaned up our," just in other words, they're happy. They won't. It's not true. And in the blood, there are quite a lot of cannibals, and yours is threatening me very well. Janitors getting married. Marriage once refers to people pretending so they come in your life and rape you, control you, have you as a slave, and perhaps even. And this is area of and so is the Elon and a lot of Zetas. Not as many Zetas, quite frankly. Quite a few Zetas, and all over certain bus routes. I think blood seems to be one of the most prevalent gangs in Washington, in case you're interested in researching gangs, I mean, one might actually, I don't know who could end up listening. It might be a person who is writing a paper on gang members and needing research. So learning about various gangs, it can be a little tool, including if you learn which buildings have the most bloods, the most Zetas, who does what, just avoid who, you can use it to avoid people as well. That would be rather nice, I think, to avoid them. You could eventually learn which businesses are, and believe me, they seem to be running up and down. I've been threatened. Also, let's see where, motels on Aurora, and the palmistry place, which nobody would go to those places if they're normal anyway. But I wouldn't trust anybody on the strip, that's for sure. And quite a few businesses in the U District seem to be involved with Bloods and Zetas. And I'll just say businesses along that strip, because I might go past their stores or restaurants, but not necessarily go in. But there are other gangs. It's not to suggest that other people don't, come through the areas. But I have to say, if people know about Bloods and who they are and their arrival, my problem. Because I have no gang loyalty, even though they've tried to induct me. And my hands show, if you can see it, this is a new CameraFi, I don't know how much any difference. But you can see my hands are rather mottled. They've actually put toxins in my water, and the managers are involved. And they've sprinkled glasses. And so there are quite a few people involved in crimes, and the Bloods have actually, and other gangs, I'm sure, including Zetas. I know Zetas have. They've had professionals and semi-professionals aiding. And a lot of people just found it easier to take the bribes or let themselves be coerced than to actually the decent thing and fight. Oh, by the way, one of the Nazis was talking about hurting Irishmen earlier, and it was a 6 feet tall, his people in the building regard in between, and he looks like a pantser, excuse my language. He wears a white t-shirt sometimes, so does another one. I think that's what he was wearing today, I'm not quite sure, but he's about 6 feet tall. Sometimes he likes a neon green hoodie. He was addicted to his white sort of satiny jacket with red on it, maybe some black. Sports outfits, thinks he's good looking, you know, they all do. Who? The morons. The American moron gang member always thinks it's good looking. I don't know why. They're very smug and superior in all colors. I see the plainest women making fun of the injuries they've done to me. I'm like, where is that prettiness? You should be pretty. Not meaning, oh, I'd award them prettiness, which is, that's another topic altogether about psi and false awards. But a lot of the people, they're so repulsive, you just wouldn't believe it. And just like the people here. So one of the bums is in his room. I think it's one of them. He's chanting excellence pants down. So what you should realize about gang members, they're inferior. They're inferior stock, inferior DNA of all colors. And one of the things they love talking about and doing is, and planning, they love planning and plotting rape. And I find it rather ironic because here's some of the worst DNA in the world, America the last 30 years anyway. This hideous gene pool that was just hideous. You might as well just have a bunch of frog slime and people walking around laying frog eggs and then somebody else walking through fertilizing them. And, you have this inferior DNA pond anyway, and then you've got these people trying to spread this hideous inferior DNA, whether it's the welfare mother with the, 10 kids of ugliness and retardation, or the ugly rapist on the corner who thinks he's going to spread his seed. Or, like this building, it's like full of all these males, and they all talk about raping, including the old men. And they're hideous, absolutely hideous. Quite a few of them have AIDS and HIV, including the guy addicted to the, he was addicted to his neon green and his white sports thing. And there's another one, he's white with a huge head, moron. And he is about 5'9". He has hepatitis and he likes talking about it. He puts semen in people's apartment and on their food and water. So I can't leave anything here that's not locked. And he actually, locking it up doesn't do anything. He's got house-breaking tools, actually. And by the way, these people are linking to some other activity, including Bloods and Zeta activity at 132nd Aurora. And they're also linking to Burt Gilman Place apartments. There are some names that would come up, such as Kathy Cox, William Smith, Nicole. She was a manager. And some of these through the heroin, the methadone. And by the way, America has glorified drug addicts and drunks, and they all portray that people are sane if they are on drugs and alcohol, and then they can easily explain their bouts of insanity. And it doesn't matter if that person threatens you 1 second and answers the phone the next second and takes your Social Security the next second, in a job. Well, they're portrayed as normal, as long as they do the job of crime for the people that are now enmeshed in crimes, including old ladies, old men, families. One of the bums is chanting threats, and he thinks he's going to stop me. And these are bums also that they have told me repeatedly they're going to take my checks, they're going to have my identity. By the way, there's something a little fishy going on. I'm trying to track it down. Somebody apparently used the name Guthrie, and they received some alleged system of the full-on fraud, which it's easy to be address testy with me, but what I'm going to do today is a list of checks and how I paid the rental help. Large was me. So I'll try. That money was indeed to downstairs staff. Staff are actually no better. Chemical host of other problems. I am not a healthy person by any means. By the way, the Bloods that have put poisons in my water, including to bleach me or whatever, or to burn me, sensible or decent. I'm not even talking in a speaking court as well. One of the bums keeps chanting pants down, pants down. It seems to be very inferior. They want to spread their foul seed that nobody force it on people. It seems to be, well, they seem able to coerce and beat and kill women. Actually, like to be attracted to them. You don't have to. You don't. Not your job in life to be attracted to people you. Well, they absolutely will. You don't want amongst them. So black Nazis partaking in the system, they are absolutely some of the biggest racists I've ever seen. Not to say of morals. Going back 40 committed where women hideous people, their real beyond upon them. Sometimes I would suggest many women who would fight like I do. I have to pray because I have to eat lunch. Those who trespass against us, lead us not into. By the way, one of she was bragging. She said the devil were all the bloods, excuse me, I have to put them. There's some chakra and brain stuff going on. Bragging that, or talking about how calling them in very the Polynesians. How about that? Absolutely, they're inferior. Victimized. I was so he's calling paranormal. Tall thing, and we're going to rename you Linda Guthrie, huh? Polynesia. I think Obama's calling people that are Arab too. And according to the police department. They're planning, and if you it's hard to eat, and write and coffee at the same time. And a notebook full of grease and curse the morals at the your basic gang member, let's get it clear. Basic gang member is a moron. That's why they're in social services. They're not hiding, they're morons. They can't deal with the outside world for them. They're in theory. They were talking blood, potatoes, satanic body, but they all walk around, taking people's documents. Oh yeah, they'll just pass around a finger. Okay, CSI. These morons should not have been allowed to eat. It helps them to formulate about crime, bragging, butchering. He's threatening to butcher. Building left-hand side of Aurora, the street of the pawn shop, and it's before the pawn shop, which I wouldn't. Well, anyway, you just make your own. This area. They were put acid on me. One this morning, I was a fat white male, and hokey. Believe me, they're sick, and they know they've been actually guided by semi-professional. I think, or Micronesian. But most importantly, she's a I guess people didn't like being screamed at, and she's uncontrollable. And so it's like a retarded special ed person. And, he's about 4, hoodie, likes to wear t-shirts. Anyway, he had this in my apartment with a mask on, and then telling her that it was sharing rent even though they didn't live there. So, it's a topic, but I will tell you, 30 was all falling into gang members. It wasn't just homeless people, it was gang members who would play with them. If homeless people keep themselves decent, I'm not criticizing homeless people or people. I'm criticizing devil-worshipping gang members. Criticizing. you know, there are a lot of disabled, necessarily one in low-income housing. I even saw a trend in low-income housing 20 years ago where a lot of the severely disabled people had fallen into crime. And they were acting like gang members, including were in it. And what's my relationship with these neighbors? Well, absolutely threatened to break in through the closet, bathroom, and under the floor. The term at about 132nd and Aurora, there were Bloods and Satanists, including devil worshippers that were into probably Santeria. Don't be fooled, it's not just Hispanics in on Santa. Oh, gay. So, taking $200 to shut their mouth and shut their eyes to things. We all took the fall of Satan. 13 years ago, I was 12 minutes. And lights were totally reworked by the scummy rape people, as you heard or about at this building. I'm going to teach you a trick that you do to endanger their prey. Find any they'll even go as far as up records of your name and falsifying records to make it appear as though you're a criminal or a child molester, and they themselves. I can't tell you how many are walking that have pretended to be police with records on me, and I've seen some of them in this area. From sex offender. You can usually rely on a sex offender person to do anything to stifle the fact they're killed to a list. They love rape. Threatened a lot of countries lately, including France, threatened England, Ireland, Scotland, Wales. And I have an announcement in case you're interested, in case you ever hear something funny in the room. Janitors, too, are psychotic. And so is the rest of the staff. And they, and it housebreaking tools. It's going to be a blood. They've made a lot, and one of their things is to wish in here was being raped and held captive, and also under surveillance, because they, it's separate than my podcast, of course. And by the way, the water it smelled like just now in the sink smells like some. The fire department's equipment, and I can't tell you how many times they threatened me with possibly people's basements or unused clinics or hospitals. There are some condemned hospitals that they're threatening me with. They also think they're going to set up some sort of clinics. Well, I hear the threat. It's not that I'm not, but these kind of threats every day. Kind of think, yeah. Where they get the practice, where they get the information. Professional. Sort of an ex-stepmother. I'll call him X. There's no closeness there. There never was. You couldn't anyway. And you wouldn't want to trust him. Now, used to be considered and after he shot himself in the leg, get painkillers. Well, it's freaks like that for the community. They're He's actually quite abnormally large, 6'5". Last time I normal with a shot. And his name has been mentioned by not a coincidence because by the way, they will snoop through get your person. You and your identity. Just like this Linda Guthrie crap, even, well, it could be just a glitch. Because I will grant that they've had a computer glitch. But, before. But, I'm not so sure. Because, like I said, once someone threatens you with identity theft, then you're going to say, wonder what's going on. There's a bum playing, you're gonna blah, blah, blah. So the bums are famous for trying to take over people and trying to run them. And they're all bums. That's why you don't want them telling you what to do. You don't want to walk off with them. You won't survive. You'll end up raped, you'll end up enslaved, you'll end up with your kidney missing. You'll end up tortured, held by monsters. They are so psychotic here. Already cut up. And once again, thinking significance, but also they can cement relationships by can't these bastards or want them ever producing males, and not just males, but producing children with these ugly bastards and have the and then who's going to believe them once 10 months they've had a son with a calls itself a boy. By then you're a mom scumbag. What? You want to know something? I don't give a damn about what people say about zombies anyway, so it's like coffin seed. Coffin seed. And by a you look human. Not even. You like to have babies with orcs, which plenty do. And I'm speaking of Lord of the Rings. that. You would give up their whole check like you're hearing for a verdict. Dr. Jow also in on government, fake government schemes. Such government schemes often, or schemes rather, they are have been and all it takes is one semi-professional, like a security guard, and presto. Everybody's pretending to be cops, and presto, they've got someone. Presto, they've got someone over here. Do you meaning? Well, there's an insurance scam where they've tried to get me to sign one. And yes, I think Geico auto. I think some left in my apartment or recycled it. So at that point, even your applications that you don't even want, you know, you're dangerous and used by scum. And after 13 years ago, I was victimized by people running meth lab. Including at the all apartments for the Pike Place Market Development Authority. They are on identity theft. They also will induct prostitutes. Hours at the pub at Pike. Schemes, let me tell you, if they're that stupid, they're return zombie. I don't care what the thing looks like. I don't care if it's someone well dressed. The thing needs to be put away at that point. So you don't have to believe in zombies. For 12, 13 years ago. Minutes. That's issue. Fetishes. And they love cutting up people's animals. And then they'll say something like, did it. Mm-hmm. And they've got your arm. And so whose arm is got her arm? In one of the morons just left the room. You can count on the fact he's already dumped which, you know, that's a good thing to have in this condition. I think I'll leave that one on when I show the smaller one. It only fits in an here anybody. It's not typical for janitors. A janitor's room masturbate into water supplies and terrorize people. Sorry, I guess it's working. If you're ever out there and not a blood or a zebra, and you want me to talk about gay, even if you're in and I will show you that they're all zombies. Reddish tint in his hair. His curly hair is threatened to actually move under the floor to get in. I believe he has. You might think, well, to tell, well, it's dangerous to not tell. I scratches. Oh, hi. I wanted to tell you that a male talking about shooting and they're having dangerous. I want to know.
Okay, now where are they located?
I realize there are people living in apartments, and I can hear them live above the smoking area.
What number?
329, and that's the most direct. No, I think sometimes, like people will say, stimuli. Some of them call me by name, and you know, it's people.
Okay.
But a guy, so you know, I don't want to to like a news crew or something, you know, like that.
Yeah, no, we definitely don't want to.
Yesterday, no, I'm not. I was screaming, you know, because he started some fire or something.
Yeah. Well, what we definitely don't need to do is speak for
Okay, and I'm going to be taking my shower and getting ready and it's, you know, so hot on myself about that.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Now this is driving me crazy to turn it. So I'll be right. Well, shopper again. Nazi that might short retard like they all are. Black white. Nobody likes it. There's just likes them. It's not because rain. Listen to the song. For that. That were involved in the world. Animals. It also did with people. Watch, and I'll show you an example. Well, the thing is, I don't criticize you. Guess what? The bomb are gang members, drug addicts, and rapists. Leave inside. That's not your problem, and I don't fault you for it. How about actually work? I will say this whole. Well, bad thing. We'll talk about that first. Huge food because there's a horror talking about a threat. They the bums want me to kidnap children and more scars on my face. Last thing, I learned how to learn about electronics. A little bit. Shit. I knew how to, but you know, it's such. By the way, the bomb in the bathroom. What they've done for 32 million dead, touching you. They actually call it touching you. Zombie bastard. And so guess what? All of you as they in your whole and them. They've eaten themselves. But talk about the good parts that have come out of here. Well, even though I'm not self-sufficient, and I learn more every day. And when Armageddon comes, guess what you're going to find me doing? Me with the searched, the Swiss Army knife. Oh, horse, and how to care for a horse without hay. I researched it so it wouldn't hurt the horse. To survive the way the cannibal zombies are. There, it's going to be like Soylent Green. It already is. They already eat people that are invisible, and there are people visible that boast that they kill people, including at the Pike Place Market. Now, I'm going to tell you a story, by the way, that happened at the old Fed International District. Now, what happened? It's a sad, sick story. It's sickening. That had him, and they didn't want me to. Secret rent in. A lot of businesses where people that don't want to be homeless and they're paying like for a room. They just a lot of it was greasy. Or ask at night. You just and reading is fine. I like reading. But I'll tell you, there were hundreds of people where they were from, where they would pop out from, and everybody's a human zombie. To look American rapist quite looks goes along with the Satan worshiper theme. So let's get that straight. Good figure. I was there. And the hall or go to the bathroom. And sleeping. Part of the jump come and try to rattle the doors. One of the members caught people. What's called jigsaw. So people take it. They basically get a key, and they can win at all hours of out their keys they paid for to other people, such as friends. So at any given time, you might have 100 hidden in the building, including people. He was how he was putting hot water in for people, and he was asking. He would put in cheap water. Anyway, I heard this horrible sound one night, and it sounded like someone crying. I've heard such a terrible sound as like when I was like kitty cat. Or a cat 3 blocks away. I've never heard anything like that, including. Well, I woke up and the sound went on, and I think someone was being tortured. That was my viewpoint of the situation, and worked there were. Anyway, and I think I smelled meth in the including people. They couldn't figure out where the sound was coming from because the sound and down the elevators. And there was a building refurbishing, and I got very. I also sort of I wasn't a nice person anyway. She has workers and to work with her. She's horrible, especially to female volunteers. And ended up leaving like a night or a suit, Or several days later, I smelled a rotting. Grew up where Ted Bundy was. By the way, I had my windows open and the Asians. Oh no, I'm focusing on Asians. Oh no, I'm focusing on probably mostly. There. Where it was emanating from. Under the or refurbished altogether. An evaluation process, also because of asbestos. To the floor. I was going to come out. And I probably would have been. Now, I'm not a dog. Temporarily that disappeared really bad. Derived from that is I bet you that person was a post-zombie. So that's the only comfort I derived. But I actually cried over that victim, if that victim truly. And with the point of foreigners and people from Europe and UK and Ireland, concerned that it state even. Now, I've also heard it might have been someone named So I got sick from that building because of this and Marvel. Whatever they did, it made me very ill. I ended up with a pneumonia and that was, but you know what's so funny? Around this museum. Fly by night location. Well, they were all fly by nights, really. They're paranormal museums. You know, up to par people, a lot of nefarious people, like cheats. You know, they're affiliated with the metaphysical library and had people embezzling, or one person embezzling at a friend. Well, anyway, this and she was it was absolutely stitch from the polishing or in this jigsaw people use. You can imagine, like, you walk, someone's refinishing their furniture and tweaking at the same time, and you smell life. So something definitely fishy. The female also wouldn't let me put any such as oh no, you don't need it. This coffee, it's so I definitely got bloods, zeta constantly. With the creepy, he's a creepy little guy. You know, one of those guys he won't. Darn hat, tangled hair. He's probably going bald. He won't comb it. Blonde. Fabulous. Know how to hang watercolors. Self-taught, and I knew about watercolors treated so that you could hang them so they was to take art that looked like wallpaper print, stamping basically is what it looked like. Looked like wallpaper, and then on it. Which I've seen some coffee art that's quite Get a little too like a hound dog. Not threatening. That's what could have happened to me right there. By the way, those people wouldn't stop some animal cruelty situation. It really made me upset. They kept letting seagulls fly into these certain pipes. They couldn't get out, and then they'd die hideously. And the bums there thought it was cool to have their bones and walk around with them. If you want to know a secret, after they died, get very intrigued with the antique furniture. Very, very intrigued. But I was examining what was burned in the furnace. I'll never forget that man's crying in the middle of the night. And then the super was riding up and down the elevator. You hear the elevator shaft, like a week later. And he probably knew I was upset because I told people I heard somebody, what happened. And he was walking like, he was mimicking a guy for being tortured. Or trying to make it sound like it was just something else, something funny. Let me tell you, that woman who runs the museum, she had access to people that were quite well educated in the field, or at least esteemed. And guess what her favorite thing to do was? She'd always insult them. She'd always make up something about them. She didn't take pictures of that woman with a mustache she'd drawn on. So that woman had it all and drove her business, including with volunteers and celebrities. And everybody was quite pulled out as I was telling the story by the masturbating bum. You'll be a slave. One would discuss masturbating moron that hangs out behind their shower. Would you? Do you regularly with people who masturbate into the water supply and break in your apartment? I think it's the fat white man in there with the big round head. Abortion. You'll see a very light-skinned person, long hair, sometimes, and with no like to play a. I don't think it's very nice. When they say it, they had said I looked Madonna-like, but that's not good. when satanic bums call you Madonna-like, because that gives them a reason to want to sacrifice. It's not. I don't like disrespect to the Madonna. By the way, the freak that masturbates, all the freaks that masturbate behind the wall, including to talk about satanic principles, they're endorsed. So, I'm thinking if they killed someone in the old road, that building is fabulous, by the way. Absolutely fabulous, whole building, and especially and innocently used. What a cool building! I'm going to Wajimaya, and can you guess at that? I'll leave you. Cast the audio when I take a shower. I guess I cried for that victim, by the way. You can go down there to investigate. Hundreds of people in the nighttime and save him from being tortured. He was already elevator. In the room behind my shower. The ugly retarded whore federal. It's a white whore and retarded white male with a huge head. You know, they're all they're etc. I'll be back.